Oh, shit. Fucking noob. Alrighty everyone, welcome back to Automotive Anatomy, and today I think we are gonna go over the anatomy of a car. Mickey, thank you so much for making the time for us, man.
Sure.
Tell us, man, what do you drive?
So this is a 2011 Mitsubishi Lancer 2.0 ES.
Wait, there's a car under that?
Yes, surprisingly. The reason why it looks like this is because I had totaled it in a front-end collision on the freeway, and I didn't want to give it to the salvage yard to take all the modified parts that I already had in it. So I took it home, I fixed it to run again, and then because I like doing like arts and crafts stuff like this, I made it like a apocalypse like salvage style, because I bought it salvage title and I had to salvage title again because it got totaled. So this is like a junkyard type of theme, like a broken type of theme. So yeah.
Sweet. So it gets wrecked a second time, and so what was the very first thing that you put in, and when was the point of no return? So walk us a little bit through that vision.
Oh man, okay, so the first thing, as soon as I fixed like the radiator and all the hoses to make it start running again, I first made this tubular bumper, or like, yeah, tubular front end. It wasn't as complete as it is now, but I made like this to like the other end, and then the 3 bars, and then this right here to sort of keep that Lancer Evo look with the with the
black part, and
yeah, with the slightly like a fighter jet type of look, front end, and and it was like straight up like, because like I painted this, so like the rest of the car was just like, it was octane blue at the time. Just driving around like that for like a couple months, and everybody's like, oh shit, like that's crazy, and I was like, huh, damn, I'm getting this much reaction from just like a front bumper. So I thought like, I have some spare time and some spare cash, so I'm like, why don't I do the whole thing, just go all out, you know, go hard or go home. I went hard and then I went home. So yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the bumper, the front bumper was my first one. I was like, dang, that looks crazy, and then I made it even crazier.
Oh man. Why did you decide to do this with this specific car? Why keep it? Why buy it back from the insurance? Why not just move on to a different platform?
Okay, right. So this is the first car I ever bought. So I bought this around while I was in the Army, because I went in the Army after high school. So I had no car. I was started saving money because of my job, and so I bought this car because I wanted the Evo, but I was too poor. You know, the Army don't pay you that much.
Welcome to the club.
And so I bought this car. I started doing like minor modifications, like coilovers and wheels and tires and like lip kits and stuff. And I also did like a lot of interior stuff. So I just grown attached to the car, like how someone would I guess care for their baby. This was my baby.
Sense.
And then when I broke my baby, pretty much like rammed his head straight into another baby. I didn't want to let it go because I had already learned so much from it.
The name of it is the Wrecker, right?
Yes, I named this the Wrecker, but on my Instagram it's the wreckedlancer.
Okay.
I know it's like 2 different names.
Is there something you don't like?
Oh man, let's see. No, I love everything about this car. That's why I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go. I don't want to sell it. I don't want to like part it out because none of these parts fit on any other car.
You think?
So yeah.
I didn't notice that. I mean, I was trying to put that hook on my car. It's not gonna work, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Mickey. So tell us, what do we have in the front end?
Okay, I know the front end looks a little busy. Okay, so I'll just first start off with these tow chains / tow hooks. So like these are mounted to the crash bar that partially saved some of the damage when I crashed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I kept the same crash bar.
There you go.
And so these like these come off. and then like I haven't used them in a real situation yet, but because I haven't crashed again. But
well, let's hope we don't have
yeah,
to use it.
right. But so these come off and they hook onto whatever you want. So this is a I forgot what power of the winch this is, but I got it at Harbor Freight. It was on sale. So a lot of the things you'll see on here I got from Harbor Freight because it was like dirt cheap. And so this is like an electrical winch. I have a switch in the remote control switch in the car. It's like it can retract and I guess detract. And let's see what else is going on here. Okay, we got this custom metal lip kit that I've made myself.
I don't think you need to say custom. I think we get it.
Okay.
All this is custom. Man.
Okay.
So tell us about that. What do you use or?
Oh, okay. So most of this is mild steel. And then the tube is aluminum. I tried to save weight wherever I can, but it just kept getting heavier and heavier.
Speaking of which, how much does it weigh? Because I know you take pride on that.
Jokingly, I want to say over 9,000. but for real, because I think the curb weight is around like 3,200 pounds, and I probably added
3,200 pounds.
Right, yeah, pretty much times 2. But I also did like minor weight saving stuff, but I don't think it did much because with the carbon fiber trunk and so this hood is the factory hood. I just took the top layer off. A lot of people think I flipped it upside down. No, that's too much work to make it fit again. So I just trimmed the top layer off and then kind of have to like peel it back.
Kept the skeleton pretty much.
Right, the inner frame.
So I guess it needs ventilation.
Right. So I kind of did that as like well, it does help because since this is a base Lancer, it comes like it's naturally aspirated. So I put a Ralliart a turbo setup in here. So like the manifold and the turbo and all the piping and stuff. So so since I crashed and I was still a novice to like learning about car function and especially all the electronics. So when I crashed, I broke the radiator and some of the wires got like, I don't even know where they went. So like they got torn off and so I have radiator fans on the behind the radiator, and I also put one here just for kicks. And so I have it wired to a switch. And so because I turboed it, it produces a little bit more heat, especially in LA traffic. You know, your stop and go like is horrible. This is actually the factory. I bought replacement headlights, and they're like originally they're halogen headlights. When the car was like brand new, I did like demonized halos and shrouds, all that kind of shit. And so I did these were the projectors from my old setup, and then this one I really like this one, the X LED strip.
Tell us a little bit about the fender, man. Like, this is so wicked, the way you just made it so flush with the tire fitment.
Right. Yeah. I really like one of my friends. He's joking around. He's like, I'm gonna get sued by Batman because I used their logo. Kind of looks like the Batman logo. But I didn't mean it to be like that. But anyway, yeah. This so I the reason why I did is because of the tires. So I'll talk about the wheels and tires first. I got these like off-road tires because in my vision I'm like, I need like those thick treaded off-road tires just to get that mean look, and with like the really deep grooves. I'm like, okay, I need to get that. These are actually, well, to me it was expensive. These tires, I think, are like these are a BF Goodrich KO2s. I think they're like $250 each.
That's expensive, sir.
Yeah.
I don't think that's expensive.
Oh, yeah. I could get like a whole nother set of wheels. So
tell us a little bit about the tire and wheel setup that you have going on.
Okay, let's see. The size of this tire is a 255 meant for an 18-inch wheel, and the diameter of the tire is I think about 29 inches.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is a light truck tire. Gosh, maybe like 3 or 4 inches, just like
just so the tire can
all the way.
Yeah.
And also like in the this like inner like in the wheel well, I had to go with a sledgehammer and like bang it so that it has more room. Yeah, so it's all kind of dense in there.
Getting ready for the show, Mom. Leave me alone.
What's that loud noise out there? I'm beating my car.
Mickey's modifying his car. So
yeah.
So then the wheel tire setup came first, and then you went with the fenders.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then
So-
you're like, I love the detail on these ones, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so spot welded.
Yeah.
And then you have like extra protection.
Yeah, so this is I was inspired by like football players and their shoulder pad gear, because they're bashing like this in there. So I thought like this is like kind of like the arm. The wheel is kind of like the arm, and this is like the shoulder pad. So like I could like I mean not I could, but if I have to, I would like bash other things out of the way. And so yeah, this is I mean there's no video of me doing it, but but yeah, this is I welded this to the to part of the frame, so it's really sturdy.
Wow, man, I love it. I love this car. Tell us about the brakes and rotors.
Oh, okay. So these brakes and rotors, I bought them secondhand off of this guy. I think he lived in Texas or somewhere. He said, and I asked him, I'm like, how come you're selling them? He's like, oh yeah, I crashed my car. I was like, oh shit. So I guess like the brakes didn't work. No, but he told me that he slid on black ice. So so
let me buy them brakes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I bought them because they're like, oh
I
shit.
couldn't brake. Oh, so how much would you want for your brakes?
Yeah, I definitely need those.
Oh man.
But yeah, I really like these brakes. The anodized color too. These are the brand is Seika, and I think they're located in like the UK or somewhere over there. But I think a front set. I mean, like, because like it's like custom brakes. You can choose like the piston size and how many pistons and like diameter, and also the rotor, like all this custom stuff. I think this set cost him like around $1,000 just for the front set. But yeah, you guys are gonna be disappointed because in the back I have drum brakes. These are motorcycle mirrors. I mean, I originally had like the factory mirror on there, but then I made the rest of the car. I was like, this doesn't look right. So I took it off and I was like, what can I add there that's make it look complicated or like
it's different. It's just like metal.
Yeah. Or like so I thought like motorcycle mirrors is interesting. That would be a funny story to tell. So I bought I put one and I was like, oh shit, I can't see shit out of this thing.
Okay.
It's so small. So I put two. So this one, it looks like straight back. There's like a view. Right. So this one, it looks a little bit further out, so I can see. I actually have more what do you call it? Like more vision better than the factory headlight. I mean not headlight, the mirror.
No, I get you. And there's something to this madness. It actually functional.
Oh yeah. No,
the little one.
Yeah, these are for when I park because I can't see the parking lines.
Because you are what, like maybe 3 inches? You gotta kind of count for. So much wider,
Right. I think about 3 or 4 inches. Yeah.
Maybe more than that.
Yeah.
Wow. Tell us a little about this part. I love it, man. It's just it's nice. Like, so what did you use for that?
Okay, so since I made my own wide body kit for the Lancer.
Really?
Right. So this is mild steel because I have like a little like welder that I got from Harbor Freight also. So I guess I'm sponsoring Harbor Freight even though I'm not getting paid. Please pay me. So this is mild steel sheet, and then I just had to like mock it up, do like a paper mock-up first, right. and then cut those shapes out from the steel sheet, and then I welded it all around, and so it's like it's pretty thin, but it is sturdy. It's not gonna like fly anywhere. But yeah, I was looking at other like wide body kits on other cars, especially like the Evos and stuff, and I was like, damn, I want something like that, but like that fits this. So I just made like a basic wide body. Just like very simple. It's not too far out, although I wanted it to be like boom, but like the tires would have been crazy. I don't know how that'd fit all that.
More space for that.
Right.
And I like what you did with the gas cap.
Oh right. Oh my gosh. So this is like a really neat part that I think. So the gas cap was like bare, and I was like, how can I add like more flavor to this? And I think. I'm not sure if I saw it on the internet like long ago, like maybe it was like, I think one of the rat rods builds inspired me. The back is I think I think I would happily say that I completed the back because the back was my last the last part I had to do to finish up the car. And so these these rear window louvers I really like because well, I made it myself, and I was impressed with how even it came out.
Dude.
Plus, I don't have these like I forgot what the bending tool was where you insert a sheet and then it presses down and bends like a.
You didn't have that.
Right. I do not have that, and so like all I have is like a vice grip. So I insert the sheet in there, and I have to like pull it, and then I have to hope that I did my measurements correctly. So like all this is like all like I had to do all these bends. Pretty much, yeah, with my hand, like a clamp. And so I did do a lot of like measuring, like, oh my god, how is this gonna fit? Because like the rear window glass is like sort of like a convex shape. So I'm like, oh god, how do I like make it so it's like flush but not touching, because I don't want my glass to crack. Oh man, this was really fun to do because just all the like the curves and the angles and the and the all the parallel parts. Yeah, I don't know. I think I saw some diffuse. Oh yeah, I was looking at at exotic cars, rear diffusers. I was like, what kind of makes something similar to that that's like crazy, but fits this theme? So I was like, oh yeah, I'll make like a diffuser. I made this, but then I was like, nah, I gotta like step it up again. So I made so that's why you see all these like grooves. I know there's like spider web. Sorry, it's I leave it outside. You know, I don't wash the car because like I don't need to.
For what? what? You don't wax it?
This area like was bare. There was like nothing here except for like this open
Super
frame.
Place, right? So
right. Yeah. So it was like a big old space there. I'm like, what can I put there? So these reflectors are they're from the stock bumper. They used to be like right here or something. I was like, I kind of like the reflectors. So I'm like, where can I put them? So I was like thinking about different places, and I'm like, maybe I can like put it here and put some kind of plate here to cover up this area, just so that it's, you know, there's something to look at. So yeah, I made this, I guess, like vent cover thing. I don't even know what to call it, but it
I love the detail in the bottom.
right, yeah, fuck, I don't even know how to explain this car. I just like did it. Oh yeah, it's like built in with the mud flaps. So like because since it was all open, there were like rocks and shit like flying out when I drive, especially like on the freeway. So it like this mud flap is here. Well, not really, it doesn't really flap, but this mud plate is here, and I just added all these like little, I guess, tiny mud flaps just to like give it something like wild.
At the time, it was a good idea. You knew, you had an explanation for this,
right.
But you never thought, hey, somebody's gonna be asking me like months later, years later, what was that for? I don't remember. Going on here?
So this interior, I did it before I crashed. So the intent and theme was not meant to be apocalyptic. Okay. So this interior was since this was
civilized.
Yeah, right. Okay. It's like two different environments, outside and in, and so I wanted this to be like a nice like Japanese style theme. So with the door panels, or the cloth on the doors, it's like a koi fish fabric pattern with the black and white, because I wanted it kind of dark. I even
love how your interior, just like your theme voice, just kind of
right.
You know, this is where I fall asleep on my lunch break, and then the outside's like, and this is where I turn to road rage in the freeway, and the 5 get away from me. Okay, so tell about your steering wheel. What do you have going on?
Okay, so the steering is just like a basic energy steering wheel with the hub assembly and all that. Because when I crashed, of course, the car did what it was supposed to do, and the airbags went off, and I was like, oh, finally I can get like that steering with the neochrome steering wheel I've been eyeing for like years.
You come out like high-fiving the person, thank you, like what?
Yeah.
All right, and then the handle.
Oh man, the katana handle shift knob is really sick. I really like the feel of it. It feels like I'm a warrior. That might not be a good thing because I have a death machine.
Good, man.
Yeah. But the headliner I did I think it was like a cherry blossom, black and red. It has like sort of like a silky look to it because it was a little bit shiny. But it was my first time doing it, and I didn't put enough glue, so it's like. It was like
sagging a little
yeah.
bit. But it looks nice. Looks nice.
Right.
Wow.
And just like little things here and there. Because I turboed it, I had to. That's my electronic boost controller. There. Oh yes, that's the wideband to. Oh shit! Oh my god, I'm forgetting. The air fuel ratio gauge and the turbo gauge, and then I think oil pressure gauge.
Wow.
And
all right, so tell us, what do you have going on in that motor?
So this motor here is the head and the block is just factory, 2.0, and what I installed and had to take it to a shop. Shout out to Road Race Engineering. They actually Rick Barcena from Road Race Engineering. He tuned my my Lancer because hardly any other tuner knew or dealt with this type of setup. So there's a turbo and the manifold from the a rally art, same year.
What size do you think that is? Do you know the size?
So the millimeter size, no, but I do know it's a TD04 turbo. So I guess it's like it's obviously not as big as like the factory Evo turbos.
But that's pretty cool that you can still add some power to this kind of motor. Okay.
Right. Yeah, it is possible. Just I can't go overboard because the engine can't handle it. I think I was tuned at most 11.5 psi. Okay. I think the horsepower to the wheels was around 240.
Not bad.
And I think factory horsepower is like around 130 or 140.
So that's good a bit.
Right.
But then the weight is
yeah, right.
So it feels the same as when you first bought it. Good job.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about what kind of piping, blow-off valve, intercooler did you go with?
It's a upper and lower intercooler piping kit. It's from eBay because they already. But I wanted to be metal instead of just like rubber hoses and stuff. So this is an Evo 10 intercooler piping setup on eBay. And let's see what else we going on here. So I got an oil catch can, just to to catch all the nasty stuff. This blow-off valve is really funny because this is from a Mazda Speed 3. I was searching online for like cheap parts, and I'm like, I didn't know that. I thought this would fit, like the bolt holes would line up to the flange, but it didn't. So I bought this because it was like cheap. I think it was like $100 at the time. I think brand new at the time it was like $300 or $400 or something. So actually, you can see here that the bolt hole is here, but then it's bolted here. So like this inner part, like, it all comes apart because it's. Yeah, that was my blow-off valve, by the way. It does that when the engine's off. Because there's a leak, right?
She knows that you're talking about it.
Okay, so like the inner parts all like come apart because it swivels and stuff. So like there's like a tiny bolt that because it all like sandwiches together. So it's the head of the bolt is in here somewhere. And it lined up with the bolt hole on this flange. So yeah, that kind of looks weird because like, how is it on there? And so this is a I guess you call it fully adjustable. So it's I made it vent to air because I like the sound effects.
Yeah.
And this I think this intake pipe was, I don't even know. I think it was from a rally art. Cooler is just a universal eBay intercooler because usually this lower intercooler pipe on the Lancers and Evos it routes through like down there and comes up through the battery and stuff. But I'm like, That's too long. Like I can just go from here to here because this is where my throttle body is. Just a factory throttle body or factory size. So I'm like, why don't I skip all this nonsense and then go here since like I don't I can make things fit if I want to.
You think?
Yeah, right.
Awesome, dude.
And in the I did upgrade the cams to Evo 10 OEM cams. I'm not.
They fit.
Yeah, they're direct swap. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they are direct swap because I didn't have any other components for the to make it fit.
Right. All right, Mickey, man, I've been enjoying this car a lot, and just your personality and the way you actually fabricated every single thing, and the fact that things are still, I would say, functional. Man, it's exciting. Tell us, what are the future plans and any shoutouts?
So the future plans for this car is I'm pretty much done with all the major modifications. Right now I just want to maintain it and keep it running since this is my only car. So I drive it like every day for...
That's your daily?
Yeah. Everybody in my city knows me or has seen me at least a handful of times. They're like, oh, there's the guy with the apocalypse car. And so yeah, just I mean I had other ideas for the I wanted to add like bars on the doors and some like more bars, but I want to focus on other things in my life. But the future plans is that I want to make another I guess another project car, but more of a cyberpunk theme. So like a futuristic with the lights and the neons and like all kinds of like gadgets and stuff on there. If you've seen those types of movies, and nice and clean, not like rusty, because I wanna see if I can make like a nice like clean car.
So that you can do the opposite.
Right. The pretty much the ends of the spectrums. Yeah.
And then shoutouts.
Yeah. So the shoutouts I have is that any car builder out there that I've seen before I did this, I took inspiration from. So any like apocalypse or like rat rod pictures I've seen, I don't know your names, but I've seen your cars, and so that I saw what you guys did, or guys and girls, and then I made it my own. And also any pictures that I've seen like while building the car that refined my ideas. So shout out to you guys, and thanks for being creative so that I can be creative, and I hope that I can inspire other people to be creative.
Mickey, thank you so much, man. Thank
Sure
you so
thing.
much for making some time for us.
Yeah.
And dude, can't wait for the future plans for the other build.
Yeah, me too.
This one still has quite a bit of things left that you have in mind, like the windows and things like that. But thank you so much for making the time for us. Thank you for your service. And man, can't wait for the future.
Yeah, me too. I think this car is really fun to drive. You can see here there's these cables coming out of the solar panels and then going somewhere, and then that somewhere is in my trunk. I know it's really messy, actually extremely messy. So the wires, they move this. I know it's I know I should brace that subwoofer, but it goes the wires come in this wire nest that I've neatly crafted, and it goes to this because it was a whole kit that I bought from Harbor Freight. So this I don't know if this came with it or this was separate, but this is the charge controller for the solar panels. And then so the wires from the solar panels go in here, and then there's I guess an outlet wires that go to this small battery here, and that powers the radiator fans. So I can have it. It also powers my phone. So I mean, charges my phone. I'm sorry. So yeah, when I as I said before, when I crashed, like all the wires broke, and I was like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna like power? I mean, I could hook it up to the car battery, but that was like, that's boring. Like let's make something interesting. So now I can like cool the car while the engine is off. So it sucks the energy out of the small little battery there, and it was like straight up, like, cause like I painted this and it was like straight up bare aluminum, and it was just that, and the whole rest of the car was was should we just keep going or what?
Go.
Okay. But yeah, you guys are gonna be disappointed because in the back I have drum brakes.
It is a laser after all.
Yeah, right.
Oh shit! I got scared.
Yeah, right.